Okay, guys and girls, Sunday night rant. I just want to make sure that you can hear me. I'm just going to wait for these numbers to build up. It's obviously me from a different environment. As you can see, I'm at my hotel room. It's now mid-morning here in London. Hey Luke, how you going? And I'm just going to wait for this audience to build up. So I've just arrived in London. I got into London around 7:30 a.m. This morning, London time. Hey Jay, how you going? Good to see you all joining in. So, hey Pete, how you going? Good day, David, how you going? And guys, I'm pretty sleep deprived. Hey Jay, good to see you. By the way, share it. Let people know that we're on. Press that share button. Hey Jaylee, how you going? Hey Ben Chick, how are you? Nick Pappas, how are you? So, gang, Emil, how you going? Beautiful. Many of you are having tomorrow off. And there's Susan, my business manager. Vegan Power, her trademark, her motto, her brain tattoo. Good evening, Ant from Tasmania. And don't forget, yes, I'm going to interview you. Ant, you are one of the top agents in Tassie, and we're going to have you on our $1 Million Agent attraction videos. Hey, Marcel. Okay, so guys and girls, live here from the UK, and I'm here to speak at conferences. I've only been back in Sydney for 4 or 5 days. I went back for Easter. I was in New York, as you know. Hello, Ben. Mainly to interview Gary Vee, but also to shoot some of my own videos. I also did work for News Corp. I'm in London here for the next 4 or 5 days. Hey, Georgie. And today I'm going to talk to you about, last week I talked about the fact that affirmations for me weren't a very successful tool in creating change. There's no evidence to me that they've worked for me. By the way, can I just say to you, anything that I talk about on these Sunday night rants, I want you to know that they're my opinions. I don't have a monopoly on the truth. I can only tell you what's worked for me in my life. And I don't know if it's going to work for everyone. I can't help it, but when I interview a lot of successful people, I see that they've got similar sort of strategies. But I want you to understand, hey Lucas, how you going? I want you to understand that, no, Lisa, there is no lighting problems tonight. Actually, as I look outside, it's broad daylight. As I said to you, it's mid-morning here in the UK. So, gang, let's talk a little bit about, strategies that do work in change. And I'm going to start off and I'm going to tell you that image that you saw about half an hour ago that we posted on Facebook showing change. That strategy that I'm going to talk to you about today can work in all areas of your life, not just in health and fitness. I've picked up health and fitness because it's one that you can actually tangibly see. And I'm such a big believer, I'm sick and tired of people that actually go off and they're preaching to people about what other people should do, but they don't do it themselves in their own life. So I'm only telling you stuff that I do in my own life. I want you to understand that. What I can say to you is that in most areas where I wanted to create change, be it business, be it health, be it anything that I've got a discontent between where I am now and where I want to be, I've got to tell you it has been relatively successful. So the first thing I'll say, and by the way, I posted something, that I was sitting in an airplane looking like I was sleep deprived. Yes, Nick, hydration. That I was sleep deprived, and I said, I've been working and hustling, 45, 50, 60 hours, 70 hours, hey, Nicky Heaton, how you going? And Nick Heaton's going to be speaking at ARIC. He's the first commercial agent ever spoken at ARIC, and John McGrath and I had no hesitation in getting this guy. This guy talks about, like if you look at the way his rituals are in his life, it's basically everything that I endorse and advocate about, having rituals and habits. And gang, let me just firstly say, when I say that I'm working 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 hours, I'm doing 3, 4 jobs jobs at the one time. I'm not saying it in any way for anyone's sympathy, mate. I'm saying it because I'm telling you that that's the price that needs to be paid. And I love the price. Mate, the last time it would have been about 20 years ago when I was working 15, 20, 30 hours a week. And I've got to tell you, that's fucking depressing for me. I get depressed about that. So I'm actually in love. I'm in love with the grind. I'm in love with the hustle. I enjoy it. So when people say to me, but are you happy? I am unhappy if I'm not doing it, which is part of the thing I want to talk to you about. Because, gang, I've got to tell you, to actually achieve, let's use health and fitness. So I was a fucking fatty boomstick for a long time. Right? And I got to tell you, I always used to be the sort of person that would write down the goal. I want to have, amazing health and fitness, and I want to be 88 kilograms, and I want to be this body fat. But the problem was that I was addicted to the result, but I was not addicted to the actual process. And I'm going to go off and say to you that what you've got to be doing is, what you want to do is find a process you love and divorce yourself from the result. Understand that. Divorce yourself from the result. Because when you're too attached to the result, you end up just focusing on the end, but you're not actually focusing on the process. And I'm going to tell you, it's the process that matters. So the secret, of course, is to find a process that you love grinding at, that you like doing. So let's use the example about exercise. So my recommendation for anyone that wants to get super fit is to actually keep experimenting with different strategies until they find one that they get addicted to. Right? I don't want you to be someone doing a process that you hate because you know that there's a result at the end of it. That is draining. It does not work. The actual, as Kaylee says, the process is the best part. And I've got to tell you, I am just addicted to anything that I do. I want you to understand, anytime you see me doing something, I'm not doing it because I hate it. I'm doing it not because I have to. I'm doing it because I want to. And don't get me wrong, I'm not fucking mega rich, but I don't have to fucking work if I don't want to. And I do it because I actually love the process, right? So let me just run through. Number one strategy in creating change is this. Become very discontent with where you are now. And I clearly remember the day I made the decision. I just got sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I thought, that's it. And it just happened like that. I just thought, I am just sick and tired of having to feel this way. Hey, mortgage navigators, good to see you. I just got sick and tired of it. So what did I get sick and tired? I got sick and tired of looking at myself in the mirror, having layers of fat on me. I got sick and tired in the morning when I was shaving, looking how slobby I was. I was sick and tired as I sat in my car and had my stomach hanging around the steering wheel. I got sick and tired of feeling lethargic. I got sick and tired of constantly trying to buy clothes to try and make me look slim. I got sick and tired of actually having clothes feeling tight on me. I got sick and tired of having low energy levels. And so that to me was the first thing. Create a major discontent with where you are, because before you actually have change, you must actually have pain, and you want to move away from that pain. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I want you to keep experimenting with different processes. Keep changing things and finding out what you like doing. For me, ultimately, believe it or not, it was going to a gym at Burwood and doing, I think it was like CrossFit. I think it was called cross box training. But all of a sudden, I got into this pattern where I would go to the gym in the morning at 5:30, and I actually started getting addicted to the feeling of exercising and addicted to the feeling of the adrenaline and the chemicals that were in my body for most of the day afterwards. And I actually then forgot about why I was doing it all. I actually just enjoyed doing it. And that was like a major breakthrough one day when I realized, shit, I'm actually addicted to the exercise, not addicted to the result. So what does that mean you got to do? I don't know. You got to go off on an experiment and you got to try the gym. You got to try weights. You got to try yoga. You got to try running. You got to try F45. You got to try CrossFit. You might try touch football. You just got to find, I don't know. I know lots of girls that have taken up pole dancing that had never done any exercise and they love pole dancing. So all of a sudden, what you do is you become the experiment. And the experiment is that you actually find something that you feel unhappy if you're not doing it. So that's step 2. Step number 3 is you've got to remember this. Stop keeping score every day on what the results are, because people overestimate the change that they're going to get in 30 days and they underestimate the change that they're going to get in 3 months. So Chrissy just says, oh my God, pole dancing is the best. And I've got to tell you, Chrissy, you look fit. I've clearly seen you both at seminars and at the auctions that you've come along. I think to myself, that girl is a strong, fit girl. And by the way, I love it when I see a strong, fit girl, because when I see a strong, fit girl, and this is not me being sleazy, this is me making a natural observation. I see someone that is proud. I see someone that is disciplined. I see someone that is motivated. I see someone that treats their body like a temple. And that is an attractive quality in guys and girls. So stop, stop keeping score. Stop keeping score. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is this. What you've got to do is change your environment so that your new lifestyle is not in conflict with where you want to go. In basic language, if you don't want to slip, don't hang around slippery spots. I'll repeat it. If you don't want to slip, don't hang around slippery spots. And what I mean by that is this. If you know that going to cocktail parties and social events mean that you're going to struggle not to have alcohol, which means that you will then move on and eat bad food because alcohol gets rid of the resistance and the discipline, which means that you have a late night to bed, which means that you don't wake up at 5 o'clock, which means that you don't train. All of a sudden you begin to realize that you've got to control your environment, and it may mean that you say no to certain things so you can say yes to other things. So for me, it was this gradual weaning off going out at night to social events. I just started saying no, and I would go to bed at 9:30. The next thing, when I talk about, slippery spots, I'm talking about I made it easy for me to eat the right thing and exercise. So environment control is critical. In the book Change Anything, it goes on as far as saying that one of the most successful qualities they've seen of all people that changed, and this is people that were heroin addicts, that stopped using heroin, or people that changed their weight, or whatever change program that someone's adopted, was their ability to create an environment where it was easy to do the right thing and difficult to do the wrong thing. And for you, it might mean that you'll organize a company, a professional organization that is in food, and they provide food for, athletes. And you just say that, I know that I need to eat 6 great meals a day, small meals, but healthy meals. And you might make the decision that you'll have them delivering your meals for 5 times a week. Or it might mean that you actually spend Sunday where you cooked your meals for the week. All I'm saying is, don't make it difficult for yourself by, when you're feeling hungry, not having a plan beforehand and then going for the simple, seductive thing, and that is to buy food there and then. So all of a sudden you begin to see this process, and here's the good news. The minute you start getting some results, success becomes addictive. Someone says, geez, Tom, you're looking good. All of a sudden, that springs you on to the next level. And I have to say to you, that's all you need in life. Just a little bit of success, and then it becomes addictive. Guys, girls, I'm telling you, nothing tastes as good as what fit feels. Remember that. I will go on as far as saying that fitness is the biggest push goal that you can have. What I mean by a push goal, it helps you achieve other goals. Because if you're fit, you can prospect more for business. If you're fit, you've got more energy to put in more hours at work. If you're fit, you've got more confidence. So all of a sudden, what we notice is that some goals that you have in life are push goals. They actually push you to achieve some other goals. So gang, if you haven't pressed that share button, I'd love you to press the share button. And I'm going to tell you that photo that was posted half an hour on Facebook of me in the gym wearing the black singlet and the green khaki shirt was taken 2 days after my last chemo session. I have to say to you, whether I'm going through treatment, whether, like I'm in London now, and I can tell you what I'm about to do is to go out and exercise because I'm trying to fit into the time zone. It's middle of the day here. I know in Australia it's, close to 9:30 at night. And I'm just going to try and fit into that, time frame of UK time. And I'm going to go and exercise. And then I'm going to, probably hit the bed tonight by around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock and have a nice sleep. But, I've got to tell you, you need a strategy. Here's your strategy. Start. That's your strategy. Don't worry about the 10th step in the strategy. Just start. You see why? Because success is a domino effect. You do one thing and it drops another domino to another thing, which drops another domino to another thing. And before you know it. So I'm going to say to you, you've got to take your shoulds, I should exercise, to your musts. Remember that. That's when I know someone's serious about something. They take their shoulds to a must. 80% of winning is beginning, and tell me right now, just listen to me, even the smallest step in the right direction can end up becoming the biggest step in your life. I'm hoping that tomorrow, if you're not an exerciser, you make a decision. Be it going for a walk around the Bay Run, going for a walk around, somewhere where you live, going for a run, going to the gym. Just start. Take it from me. The highest form of wealth is health. I've learnt the hard way, but I'll never trade income for health ever again. See you from London. God bless.